Hello guys, welcome to the show, and today George is an engine. Yep. Alright, I'm in a 190 yet again. This time it's a red vehicle, so I've put my red t-shirt on, and you know how that goes. If there's an engine without a car and a car without an engine, we need to make these together. So meet our new project. Pretty nice spec, like windy windows, no ABS. Good thing is the paint is really faded and all that stuff. So let me show you around and let's start chopping stuff up, because it's about time. So as you can see, no engine, everything is washed up, cleaned, very nice, perfect. Can even see the reflection of myself in the hood, which is surprising. But we go to the side and it's a whole different story. Paintwork is faded, that's fine. Very dark tint on the windows, but interior is quite nice. That will clean up, become sharp. This door's being repainted, that's fine. And if we open up the boot lid, which is locked, we'll open that later. This is the engine that we're putting in. It's an M111. We have kangaroos over here. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, we have kangaroos manifold. We have Andes engine mounts. We have a Turbo Smart Westgate. We have a Pulsar GT30 equivalent. I have put the naturally aspirated intake on, 860 injectors. I'm gonna put the old power steering pump from the M102. I've got a new rubber hose over here. Got new gaskets at the top. I'm gonna take the sump off because this is loose for some reason. We need to fix that up. We need it perfect. It's been a turbo before, very janky setup. I will show you in a little bit why. But it should be good. We do have a lot of stuff that we need to put on. The customer has bought a massive 18-inch alloys. I think they're 11J at the front and the back. We have 8-pot Brembo calipers that we need to put at the front. I think they're Brembo. They're coming from S55 AMG car, and I need to make them fit here. We have some adapter kits and the discs and whatnot, but I'm not sure if any of that works. We'll need to play a little bit with it. We have a max speeding rods, T7 coilovers. Let me show you these. We have a full set. For now, I'm just going to put the fronts right here. You know the deal. We've put some of these on the drift car. We're going to need to remove the top hat, make a cut in here where it bolts to the knuckle, and then when I decide what I'm doing with the back, I'm either gonna fit some like adjustments on the original springs, or I'm gonna make all the springs fit up quite nicely. We have a like a brake booster from, I think it's W140, I believe, with the pump. So hopefully that works. Because the wheels are so big, I need to test fit and make sure that they actually fit under the wheel wells, because we might have to cut this and tube them. We'll see how that goes as well. We're using a 5-speed. I don't know if you can see it over there. We're using that 5-speed out of CLK, I think it is. And we have a shifter for it as well, a clutch kit, everything. They're just gonna mate together. That's where the engine came from. The speedo cable I need to remove because we're not gonna be using that. This is electronic speed signal. And that's pretty much it. So let me push the car back a little bit and let's start modifying the struts so they can fit the coilovers. That should be fun. All right, let me take the wheel off. Bada boom, bada bam. Okay. This is very rusty down here. Freaking rust bucket. It is off there. I'll rotate this like that. We'll put the jack underneath, smack it out. Hopefully the spring doesn't kill us. There we go. There you go. The longest springs on earth. Starline replacement. Yep, okay. Get that out soon. Well, this is it pretty much. Now we can get the air chisel, get these out of there. Picked up this little guy over here. And there we go. Right. So this almost fits, as you can see. This needs a little bit of work, I believe. That's what I did on the drift car. Not 100% sure. Let me see if a bolt will go through. Oh, scratch that. This just bolts in, kinda. Then we have these little guys at the bottom. They should theoretically go into well, they really don't want to. I think I had to enlarge on this hole. Not 100% sure. It's been somewhere. Okay. So that to lay there. Yeah. To be honest, it could be just rust that is trying to battle me right now. The drift car is not even remotely as rusty as this thing is. Alright, so these two bolts are there. I think that's gonna go in as well. Yeah, that's actually in already. And now we have to slot that fella in. He went through, no problem. Yes. Okay. Perfect. That's it, that's mounted. What I will do now is I'll remove the top hat with the Allen key, drill the holes to the top so we can, oop, that's gone now. Perfect, lovely. But looking at this, honestly, this is the bearing. Yeah, so this is the bearing. Can we, and I think we might be, oh, that's an interesting one. Nah, that won't work. Okay. Okay, right top mount. Lop the big chunk off the side so I can go in and not touch the towers. And perfect. So this is how it fits. You're gonna make these 9.5 millimeters so they can slot in. This one I'm gonna weld a plate over here with a hole so you can hold it better. But I've maxed out camber and caster. Down under here, pretty easy, pretty much bolts in. Now because I have maxed out the camber and the caster, it's just about to touch in the spring perch. I'll contact the customer and ask him if this is going to be the last, you know, the final suspension way that is going to be. And if it is, I'm just going to chop that perch off. We won't need it. We'll probably build a holder for the brake lines just over here of the chassis rail. It'll be more than fine. But yeah, look how crusty that is. But let me go and grab one of the discs and one of the calipers so you guys can see what we're dealing with. I think that will be fun. Alright, now I want you to mentally prepare yourself for what you're about to see, because this is not something normal people would do to their cars. Have a look. What the hell? This is a little disc. I have a big hand, by the way. Oh, let me show you. Yep. And an even better perspective. Yep, I can fit two of these there. Right, so a couple of things. S55 AMG 8-pot brake caliper at the front. W209 brake disc floating. Surprisingly, everything fits. The only thing is, I don't have the bolts for the bracket at the back, so I need to supply 4 of these bolts for the back, and I think we need to make a 1 centimeter spacer, and this whole contraption will fit at the front of a 190. Just look at the size of it. Oh, by the way, that's the circle, the tire that we're meant to be putting on. I don't know if you can, I bet you can't really see on camera because the space is so narrow, but yeah, that needs to go on there. It's a 275, I believe. Yeah, 275 4018. Absolute full madness. We're gonna need to cut a lot of this around here, but that'll be fun. Right, let me find 2 of these bolts with our local shop. I'll find the bolts, I'll mount the calipers, I'll mount the rim on, and we'll see how it looks. I'll be back in a minute. Alright guys, George got a little bit carried away after lunchtime. Basically I've put the other side of the coilover, the disc, the spacers, the caliper. The caliper is not actually put on, it's there but it's not bolted in. I couldn't find bolts with our local shop, so I have ordered M14 by 1.5, 50 millimeters long. I have ordered some small washers which I'm gonna use to make the spacer. I think I need about 8 mil to space the caliper out so it lands like central on the disc. I have removed the wings, the blinkers, the bumper, the saco panels. I have trimmed the with the sawzall a little bit, a few things, and let's have a look. Basically the car is on the ground, it's on the coilovers. This is the lowest setting of the car. The car needs to be high. He's going to be daily driving the car in London, so the car needs to be as stock height as possible because he lives in an area where the speed bumps are so high. When I went to pick up the car, I dragged my trailer, the hitch of the trailer, a couple of times. So yeah, the speed bumps enormous. He wants to drive 30 miles an hour over the speed bumps without caring too much about hitting sumps and underbody of the car, exhaust and whatnot. So this is going to be the lowest setting of the car right now. This is, well, the coilovers are maxed out lowest to the front anyway. We could make them lower if we cut the shock body, like I did on my drift car. More on that coming soon anyway. But yeah, let me show you how it looks. So this is it. As I said, I have trimmed the side skirt over there so we can give it a little bit more room when the wheel turns in, and I think it's perfect. The tires right now are 275 40/18 and we're going down to 235 30/18s, so will give us a little bit more space as well. As you can see, this side I have removed everything. This side I have put the wing back on so you can have a visual perspective of how it would have been looking. As you can see, it would have hit the front of the wing, the back of the wing, the sides, the, how do you call it, the side skirt. It would have hit everything, but we remove this little guy over here very gently, just like that, and we put it where the other panels are. Yeah, perfect. By the way, I might try something. Guys are ripping it on the motocross bikes on the streets. Very nice. Anyway, I might try something with that wing just because of how bad it is. But I have an idea where I'll cut the wing to about here on this line and to about here, and then I'll slice it in the middle and I'll open it so it looks wider, like it gives you a wider sort of a vision on it. And then I'm gonna space it over here. I'll bring everything out. I'll bring everything this way and that way, so it gives us more room for the wheel. But yeah, this thing looks this thing is gonna be sick. Yeah, and once we remove the wings, of course, we actually do have full lock. Bloody hell. Whoop, it's touching a bit. But this is with these tires and the lowest setting on the car. Once we put the engine, we might need to raise the car up a little bit. But right now, as you can see, we get full lock, even with the big tires. And once we go to the smaller tires, it will be way better. For now, it's hitting a little bit over here. Don't worry too much about that. As I said, we're gonna clean up over here a little bit. I mean, worst case scenario is I'll chop it here, extend it forward a bit, and I'll bash the floor well down there a little bit with my little hammer, the 5 kilo one. So yeah, steering wheel in the middle. Right now it's very much toed in because I have given it camber and caster. As you can see, it's a bit toed in, but yeah, not too bad. This is how it looks. Pretty much 99.9% of the inner side of the wheel that you can see is pretty much a disc and a caliper. You cannot see anything behind that, which is very cool. You know, you're not the normal traffic, if that makes sense. I'll ask him for permission to cut the wing and test fit my theory, see how it looks, and I will get back to you. And I think after this, we might call it a day. Go and play with the little guys at home. Alex can't wait, probably, at this point. But we're still waiting for Amazon anyway. Amazon is bringing the M10 studs for the turbo. I don't know if you can hear that. This is annoying the living crap out of me. So after the pressure goes down, I'm gonna change that fitting. Hopefully compressor doesn't turn on 15 times after that. But yeah, I'm gonna chop this wing and see how it looks. Hopefully we can make something work, or space it at the front as well. Yeah, be back in a minute. Right, now the idea is this to be looking aggressive, right? And the only way to make it aggressive is if we kind of join this together and add a little bit of an anglage, right? Just like that. I think I need to remove the gloves. Lose the gloves. looks good. I think that's way too overexposed. Now, it's not gonna be perfect. After all, it's just tape right now. But with some work, I think we can get it looking quite well. What do you think? It looks great, innit? In all fairness, it's not too bad. I think that idea is gonna work. Obviously, we need to make some changes to it. This is just cut and some, duct tape. But I think we're onto something. I think we can actually make something work with this idea. It does look very aggressive at the front, which is obviously what we want. It does have that E30 look. I need to work the wings out a little bit better. Like, I like the front, how it comes out very aggressive. But then at the back over here, I don't like it. I think it needs to be more out and then kind of go in. But as I said, this is just cut and some tape and some bending. Like, this is not even the wing that we're gonna be using. This is just to have a look at the idea. And also, if you look at it that way, this looks like a Lancia to me. I think this angle, we need to bring it down a little bit. You see where the cut is? Instead of going up, I think we need to go down towards the end of the, how do you call it? The arch. I think that way will look better. So it follows the upper edge sort of a thing. And I think it will work. Right now, I checked it at the front steers, so turning left right now steers. Turning right though is still hitting over here, so I think I'm gonna make a cut over here, and this panel, the cycle panel where it usually sits, I think we're gonna tuck that in and use it as an air relief sort of a system. We need to do that anyway because obviously I've cut the seal down here so we can get a full turning radius. So this is going to be cut. Obviously this part of the wing and up is going to stay. It's just going to be bended out a little bit more. So the whole idea is like this to be like here. It's going to have, of course, some support rods and some metal welded in just to make it all look nice and finished. We actually can probably add a vent just in the upper area over here, but I think it looks pretty good. I think the idea will work. We just need to play a little bit with the angles of the dangles, if you know what I mean. But anyway, I think this is more than enough for today. We have empty engine bay, we have coilovers fitted, we have big massive brakes that actually fit. I'm still waiting for the bolts. Once the bolts come in tomorrow, we'll see if that fits. But I think 99.9% I'm sure everything is gonna fit perfectly. We have an idea of how the car is gonna look at the front at least, and also we're trying a new turbo. This is Pulsar G30, I believe. It's something that we haven't tried before. As you can see, the engine is like 99% equipped. The only thing left now is power steering pump from the M111 to be swapped over with Andy's relocation plates, and we need the throttle body. I have the injectors, I have the coil. I'm not gonna put the coils in yet. I want to paint this some color. Probably gonna paint it pink. He wants everything blacked out, but he said that's gonna be for a later stage. So just for shit and giggles, I might actually paint it pink. Scratch that. I'm gonna delete everything because he's following, like he's a customer from the channel. So scratch that. I haven't said anything. Yep. Anyway, thank you really much for watching. I will see you guys on the next one. Follow, share, subscribe, whatever. Just do all the good stuff, and I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.